Hello beautiful beings, welcome back to my channel. This video is dropping on December 29th, which is my 40th birthday. I am an 84 baby. I am what this generation is now calling geriatric millennials. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, I feel like there's always so many emotions when it comes to my birthday, and this is definitely a special one because I am turning 40. And with this video I bring you 21 things that I have learned by 40. If you want part number 2, let me know and let's get started. Oh, and by the way, most of these are going to be wisdom based, always based on what I have lived through. I feel like I have lived through many lifetimes now, and that is a good thing. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Your manifestation is on the other side of your resistance. I know that's probably what you guys do not want to hear, but for you to keep it, you need to heal it, okay? And your resistance, your triggers are what's basically, it's kind of like the middleman, right? It's kind of like the static. So when you're doing your manifestation routines and you feel like you're getting hit with that resistance, healing that resistance, overcoming that resistance will get you to the other side where your manifestation is. Okay. Number 2, you can learn to love yourself and you can heal. Okay, I am a person that started at a very, very, very low place. Okay, I come from, at times, extreme poverty. I didn't have it easy growing up. There was many things I didn't have. There was many things I lacked. There was many things I went through, I struggled through, and self-love was not one of the things that was taught to me. Okay, so you can start at the lowest of the lowest, the same way that I did, and you will still learn to love yourself. It is a journey. I have overcome so much in my self-love journey, and I feel 100 times better than I did even just 5 years ago. Okay, so you're doing your routines now, you feel like you're not moving forward. You are. Go step by step and you will get there. Number 3, you don't have to do things alone. It will not win you a medal to go through these things alone. It would just further dysregulate your nervous system. Find help, okay? If you are able to afford a coach, get a coach. If you are unable to, find free content on YouTube. There is always somewhere for you to start. And I believe there is tons of coaches out there that have different price points. You can start somewhere. If you really want to, you can do it. Okay, you don't have to go at this alone. Sometimes we have this belief because a lot of people have broken our trust before, because a lot of people have taken advantage of us, or because we have been taught to always be strong and figure it out. You don't have to go at it alone. Okay, the learning curve can be very long, so find help. Okay, you can. That's number 4. And if you really want to, you will. You gotta want it. You got to want it. Your want have to be stronger than your fear. Okay, for the majority of us, it seems like we need to hit rock bottom before we make the decision to change. That doesn't have to be the case. but you still really, 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 really need to want to change. And if you really want to, you will do it. Number 5, changing your beliefs about a subject should always be the first step. Does that make sense? Any subject you are working with, if it's your self-love journey, your self-concept journey, healing, childhood trauma, childhood abuse, all of these things that I'm constantly talking about in my channel, abandonment issues, attachment issues, money, work, anything that you are working towards, the first step should always be changing up here. Change your mindset. Otherwise, you're just pushing against a brick wall. Nothing is going to shift unless you shift this first. Number 6, if you have a desire, there is a version of you that has it. Desires come from God. We can go and talk about all day long the multiverse. If you guys want me to, I can make a video about it. I think it is fascinating. But it just basically means any desire that you have means there is a version of you that has it out there in the multiverse. How do you get to that desire? By constantly living in the end, by embodying that person that has what you want to have, and of course by healing those triggers that come up along the way, because those are sort of like the blockages that keep you from moving from A to B. Number 7, every time you heal, you become a new person and are one step closer to becoming your true self. When you look back, you will not recognize yourself or your old behaviors. You will, every time you go through a major kind of like you broke through that obstacle, every time you break through one of those, it'll feel like death and rebirth. And you will go to that, through that constantly. And every time you go through a healing stage, you go up a level. You go up more towards your true self. Okay? When you look back, the way that I can look back throughout the years of all the changes that I have made, of all the older Mariana versions, it is night and day. I am not the same person, and it comes with its own benefits, and we'll talk about it in another number. The people in your life, your closest inner circle, are indeed you pushed out. Okay? Your innerst, your most closed off circle, for the most part, it usually involves your specific person. That is how most of us land into this journey to begin with. They are your true mirror, and in the sense of everyone is you pushed out. They will reflect everything you got going on within you, because their job is to up level you, if you see it that way. If you allow your specific person journey to be the catalyst, to be the way that you gather information and use it to move forward into your new true self, that would be amazing. That is the true meaning of your specific person journey, is to up level you, is to win the game, is to be able to become the person that you were always meant to be, the person that you always are. It's just is covered up by a bunch of crap. Okay, what number am I on? Okay, number 9. Throughout life, you will constantly meet older versions of you and other people. Observe, analyze, and if able to, help. So it's kind of like what I was saying before. As you change, as you heal and you overcome all of these obstacles, you will see that when you look back or throughout your life, like your coworkers, your friends, you will notice that these people are just reflections of your old self. In a way, it'll help you always see people see people with the heart, because you're able to see yourself in that person. You're able to see that you were once like that person. And when you notice that, you already have the answer, right? You already know how to fix it. You already know how to be a guiding hand for that person if they wish to. Because, of course, I have to say that and also say that a lot of people are not ready to change. A lot of people are, you know, they're not ready. They're just not ready. But you, even a grain of salt, even a little bit of advice, anything that you can provide, even you being the light at the end of the tunnel, it is so helpful for the people around you. Number 10, you really need to learn to believe in yourself. You need to fall in love with yourself. And you need to really believe that you are the best. Okay? And you need to increase this. You need to go level 100 with this. Okay? And a lot of people will see that high level of confidence as arrogance, but it's not. It is not arrogance. It is a strong self-belief. It is a strong sense in your own self, in your own identity, in your own person. You really start to stand on your own 2 feet when it comes to your own beliefs and your values. You are the person that all the wisdom that you need is within you. And the more that you cultivate that self-love, that self-belief, the more that this just starts to spring forward out of you. Okay? And it's really, really, really needed for you to be able to manifest everything you want. Okay? Number 11, forgive yourself and forgive others for everything. You are no longer that person, and they were just reflecting. When I mean forgive them and forgive yourself for everything, I mean everything. Because you deserve a peace. You deserve peace. You deserve a peace of mind. You deserve to feel at peace at all times. You do not realize how much I just drop everything and anything and just center on my peace, because I understand that is where my power is. That is where my center is. Forgive them. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about the darkest things, the sexual abuse, the trauma, the things your parents did to you. I'm not saying it's easy, but you can do it. Drop it. Forgive them. Forgiving them doesn't mean that you're gonna allow them back into your life if they're not in your life currently. It doesn't mean that you have to, start being friends. This is for you. This is within you. This is for you and for you and for you. Forgive them and forgive yourself, because at that moment you did the best that you could. Regardless of the situation, you're always doing the best that you can with what you have at that time. So forgive them and forgive yourself. Give yourself grace. You deserve it. Number 12, there will still be bad days. There will still be days where you will feel like you're back at square one. There will still be days where you feel like giving up. It is okay to cry. It is okay to take breaks. It is okay to break down and wallow for a second there. But it does get better. And when it gets better, it is imperative that you remember all the good that you have already accomplished. 13. Freedom is created via your habits and discipline. And this goes for anything in your life. You need discipline. You need habits. You need to do something over and over and over and over until it becomes part of your subconscious mind, and at that point it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, you no longer have to think about it, but you still have to be disciplined. Number 14, cry and let it out. I am no longer holding any emotions in. I am 40, y'all. I have held so many emotions for so many years. That might be the reason why, I started getting sick. That might be the reason why I gained 50 pounds. That might be the reason why sometimes my back hurts, my shoulder hurts, because for so many years, I would refuse to allow myself to feel whatever I needed to feel. And there are so many of us out there that the same way. I was taught to be strong. I wasn't taught to cry in a corner. I was taught to suck it up and be strong. You can be strong and still feel your feelings. If anything, I would say you are stronger when you learn how to feel your feelings. The freedom you get with emotional regulation. Number 15, your triggers are there for a purpose. They are your guides into what needs to be healed. Triggers, resistance, we hate it. It doesn't feel good. But the emotions that do not feel good are those little flags, right? Are those little points, those little guides to tell you, okay, we have a problem here that we need to resolve. And there's just no way getting around it. We want to believe no. We're constantly manifesting. We're manifesting, either we believe in manifesting or not. We are constantly creating our lives through our thoughts and our emotions. Constantly, either you want to or not. Triggers are your ways to get out. Use them to your advantage. It's okay, you can still hate them. When you feel them, you can still be like, this fucking, that's fine. Feel your feelings. Just feel through it. Do a tapping, feel it out, let it go through you, and keep it moving. Keep on that manifesting. Number 16, I already kind of touched on it, but learning how to emotional regulate can very well save your life. And this is not exaggeration. This has been proven. Emotional regulation can save your life. There are many techniques out there. You guys know I am fond of EFT tapping. I am certified in Ho'oponopono as well, even though I know there is a difference between them two by using both of them. I like EFT tapping for specific things. I like EFT tapping for bringing the awareness of what I'm working on, because I realize that I need to know why certain things are what they are. Find a technique that works for you. Somatic practices. EFT tapping is part of the somatic practice universe, But there are somatic practices out there, types of exercises that releases the tension, releases the pent up energy, the trauma. It releases the trauma out of your body. Find something that works for you and stick with it. Number 17, learn to trust yourself and your own internal voice. Do not let others fill your mind with their limitations. Learn to think for yourself. And this is so important, you guys. I am here giving you what worked for me. I come from experience. I don't come from textbook. I've lived so much. Since I was a little girl, I have seen so much darkness in this world. I have seen death, I have seen killings, sexual abuse, trauma, poverty. I have seen, I have observed, I have lived, I have overcome so much. So every time I tell you something, I really come from the heart because I know what I'm talking about. And even so, this is my truth. If what I'm saying to you does not resonate with you, I want you to think for yourself why it doesn't resonate with you. Think for yourself. Start to, let that inner wisdom come through. Let that inner compass come through. Do not let the news, do not let the people in your life that for 95% of the time are constantly just talking out of their triggers and just talking out of their, unhealed trauma. Make your own decisions. Come up with your own thoughts, your own opinions. Become your own person. Number 18. All people are inherently good. Their programming is what makes them bad. If you want to say the word bad, I don't believe that people are bad. I think their programming, their unhealed trauma, once again, because people don't want to heal it. Oh, you're just talking about limitations. People go through stuff that really creates energetic signatures in their body. It changes their brain chemistry. There is so much, and it all starts with the programming that happens up here, which also is another reason why you should always look at everyone with your heart. Don't be so judgmental, okay? Number 19, constantly question yourself. Question your beliefs, question your behaviors. Are these things serving you? Are these things serving your higher purpose? Or are these things just serving you for the moment being? Okay? How do we constantly up level in life? We have these desires of these things that we want. And the part of the way that you get there is by becoming that person that can have what you want. You need to let all that old stuff go. Is it serving you? Is that thought pattern serving you? Is the opinion that all men are bad serving you? Is the belief that money is scarce or there's no money serving you? Are those beliefs serving you? They're not. So if they're not, you are within your own power. You have within your own power the way to change them. Do so. Number 20, and of course I had to throw one of these mundane things in here because if you guys know, this is one of my favorite subjects, money. Learn about money and learn how to start saving, okay? As I mentioned before, there's been times in my life where I haven't had food in my fridge. There was a time in my life, I remember, when me and my parents were so poor that I would go with my mother to pick up cans and empty bottles off the street so that we could change them for the 5 cents that they give back when you return the cans. I used to do that with her. And I vividly remember that every time a group of teenagers around my age would walk close to us, my mom would sort of push me away from her so that they wouldn't think I was doing that type of work with her. And I would tell her, don't push me away because we're not stealing. We're doing work. Okay? I know what it is not to have money. And I'm here to tell you, your life can change. Learn about money. YouTube University. I love YouTube. Find a few videos. If you guys want me to talk more about money, how I went from living in the projects to my own apartment, to all of these things that I have that I didn't have before, let me know. It's one of my favorite subjects, to be honest. I have so many tips and tricks, but you need to really become proficient in knowing how to handle and budget your money. Learn to grow your credit. I'm not sure what country you are watching me from, but here in the United States, if you don't have credit, you're nobody. Okay? When I was in retail, I was really trying my best to save money, but I couldn't really save money. I was living paycheck to paycheck. And every time I would save like $20 that I would put in my little plastic piggy, 3 or 4 days later I would have to go and like fish it out because I didn't have money to like buy lunch for the next day. So I didn't have money to save. And I remember that in H&M, which was one of my biggest, like I worked in retail in H&M for many years, they sent a team, a financial team from a specific bank to talk to us. And I explained to one of the reps there that I couldn't really save any money. And she told me, if you cannot save any money, then focus on constantly paying all of your bills on time and building that credit. And that is what I did. And I have one of the highest credits points, okay? Number 21. Actually, I'm still on 20. I'm still on money. I forgot about this little line. Adopt these 2 beliefs. You always have money, and money stretches for you. I have the belief that money stretches for me, okay? Because I had to adopt that belief because I was only making back then a couple hundred a week, and it was not stretching. And if you guys live here, you know how expensive things are. Lo and behold, that's one of my beliefs. My money stretches that you would think I make 3 times more than I actually make. And I always have money. Adopt those 2 beliefs. They will change your life. Last one. There is no other way but through. You cannot skip the work. We want to believe it's all rainbows and butterflies. I mean, I do believe that a lot of times when I'm feeling good. But you can't skip the work. You can go at your own pace. You should go at your own pace. You should forgive yourself for everything. You should, I forgot what I was going to say, but you should forgive yourself for everything. You should go at your own pace. You should create a list of the things that you want to work on. You can take breaks, but don't stop. Eventually, if you don't stop, it'll show up in your face anyway. So you can either choose to do the work willingly, or you can do the work unwillingly. If you still don't want to do it, I mean, you will still just continue to live in the reality that you are right now. But if you want to change your reality, if you want to change any circumstance about your life, you need to do the work. But I'm here to tell you, the work works. I love you guys. I know this video was already longer than I was expecting to. I hope this video serves you in any way possible. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comment box below. If you want to work with me, you know my information is in the description box. I love you guys. I will try to drop something for New Year's. Maybe I'll try to do a meditation. I think I'm going to work on it for you guys. But until next time, love you. Bye.